real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff Serlim Masango was friends with the defendant for 7 years until the defendant nearly killed him when he was drinking and driving his boat recklessly. Serlim says the defendant crashed the boat into a large wave, causing him to break his elbow, so he's suing. Defendant Stephen Smith insists he was not drinking on the day of the accident because his wife and children were in the boat with him. Stephen claims Serlim was the one who was negligent by standing up on the boat, and therefore he refuses to pay him anything.
All right, tell me what's going on.
We're here today, Your Honor, because the defendant almost killed me.
Where do you all know each other from?
Friends of friends, friends of the family.
How long?
Maybe 7, 10 years, something like that.
And he tried to kill you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Anything you do to him in particular?
I don't think he, outright wanted to kill me, but I mean, just his antics is what led up to.
Tell me what happened.
Pretty serious situation. We're both from Seattle, Washington, and we got Seafair Weekend out there, and it's like once a year, everybody gets on the water, on the lake, and it's just a huge boat party. And
that's about as often as the sun comes out.
Yep.
So
yep.
That's why you have to get on the boat once a year.
The 1 week that
Just
we get.
kidding for all the viewers in Seattle.
No,
I
it's
heard
true.
it's one of the most beautiful cities. Well, I visited. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
It is. It's really nice in the summer.
Too much rain, but how can we talk? We're in Chicago. It's rained 5 straight days. Without an arc. Go ahead.
Plaintiff Serlim Masango was friends with the defendant for 7 years until the defendant nearly killed him by drinking and driving his boat recklessly.
So you all were enjoying the festival?
Yes, Your Honor. I got a call that his brother, they had a couple of boats on the water. Hey, come down, bring some girls. They had the boats. I knew some girls, and so we came down, and then we jumped onto one of the boats. We're having a great time. It's super nice out. I mean, it can get out of hand. We saw like a capsized boat, like people are out there drinking. The water was pretty choppy, just from all the boats out there, causing the wake to be a little abnormal. I got a phone call that one of my other girls, she's like, hey, I'm at the dock, can you guys come get us? The boat that we were on already was pretty full, and so Stevie was like, hey, just jump on my boat, we can go over and get her in my boat. As I get on the boat, I see, he's got a cup in his hand. Everybody's got a cup in their hand. And I didn't think anything of it, I just trusted he's an experienced boater and stuff like that. I know his family has boats. And, I hear he starts he's talking, and I'm just not really paying attention. I'm kind of blocking it out. He's I don't know, he's having a good time. Sounds like he's starting to feel it.
You're blocking it out because you're drinking too. Go ahead.
I'm on the helm.
To clarify, I wasn't drinking at all.
Go ahead. Okay, you weren't drinking?
I didn't drink at all.
Good.
He was drinking.
Go ahead.
I go to lay down at the helm of the boat, just get some sun, I'm tanning. And then we're going back to the shore, and then I'm laying down and I hear this, it's like a large crash into the boat. It sounded like a shark or a whale hit the boat, or like a little Volkswagen or something, just large thud. I get up and then I look back at him and he's grinning at me like, ha ha, I'm about to take you on a bumpy ride. And then so I'm trying to see what that thud was, and I can see we're in bad water. He's like...
So the thud was a wave?
Yeah. Yes,
all right, so then what happened?
So I try to get below, and then he's laughing at me. He's like, sit down, and I'm like, no, let me, below, you know what I mean?
Well, this dock's far away.
Must be. Mercy. As long as it's taken, that dock must have been a long way.
It did seem
so
like
then
what? Basically, Your Honor, we hit a wave. I tried to get below. I'm not able to do that fast enough. I grabbed the handrail to brace myself. Because I just feel like I'm in jeopardy. I'm about to get knocked off the boat.
Did you tell him to slow down?
It was, Your Honor, it was so quick. It was honestly 3 waves. By the time I blinked like that, this whole thing.
Did you have the impression he was trying to hurt you?
I had the impression, Your Honor, that he was trying to take me for a bumpy ride. He's trying to show off and ride the waves.
Do you think he was neglectful of the fact that you were up there and could be harmed?
Yeah, because I wanted to get below.
Or do you think that was part of a practical joke?
No,
he has to have done something wrong.
Yes.
To be liable. Otherwise, it's an accident that occurs, and if he did nothing wrong to cause the accident.
Well, he did like gun it, Your Honor. Like I look back at him and I try to get below, and then like that's when like he's like laughing.
It sped up.
Yeah.
When you look back on your way to go down,
the boat
to get out of harm's way, the boat sped up.
Yeah, he just
instead of slowing down, he sped up. All right.
He gunned it on a wave. He tried to coast a wave.
And obviously you fell?
Oh, it wasn't a fall, Your Honor. It was the boat dipped, and then the boat came back. My face hit the floor of the boat. My feet were like in the air, and then first the floor of the boat tore open my chin, and then on impact, mind you, Your Honor, I'm trying to brace myself for impact. My arm went inside out up this way, and then the bone just like popped right out. I got pictures too, Your Honor, if you'd like to see this.
Look at him.
Let me gross you out.
Yeah.
The doctor said that
internal injury.
Yeah, well, if I would have fell into the water, Your Honor, I'm not a good swimmer, and with one arm like that,
right,
like, I would have just drowned. The doctor said, it's, I ended up putting it back in place myself. The doctors, they had to call in a specialist because they said they'd never even seen anything like this. And they said that the specialist came in and said, for the impact that my arm absorbed was like an internal explosion, because where your elbows meet here like this, those two bones exploded apart.
Plaintiff Serlene Masango was friends with the defendant for 7 years until the defendant nearly killed him by drinking and driving his boat recklessly.
Sir, what do you say to this?
Yes, I've known Mr. Slean for quite some time now. Story isn't quite exactly what he says. First of all, I was not drinking. I had my kids with me and my wife.
Oh, you had your wife and your children?
Yeah, my wife
How
and children. I
old were your
brought
children?
both my boats out, 13 and 15.
Go ahead.
Okay. Before any of this incidents where he got hurt, they were drinking, getting crazy, belligerent. The girls that they brought, I mean, it'd be fine if I didn't have my wife and kids with me, but they were flashing. These guys were throwing their stuff out in the wind also.
What did you think girls would be doing on a boat when you have them on, getting them drunk? Did you think they were going to start reading the Bible?
I was hoping so. No. Like I said, that wasn't my intention to even have the women.
But you've had the boat long enough to know what you guys do. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, when this incident happened, young lady gets in the boat. I asked Slean to sit down. We're getting ready to head back out. My 16-year-old son was driving my second boat. Wanted to get back over there with him. He ignored me, asked him again, sit down. He's drunk, laughing, oh no. So I start to pull out slowly. I'm like, sit down. He decides he wants to stand up there and surf the front of my boat.
Did he ever warn you to sit down, sir?
He told me to sit down as he's doing the ride, and
repeatedly.
That's why I grabbed the
Go ahead.
I grabbed the handrails.
He told you to sit down, no, sir.
Told him repeatedly.
I was laying down.
He starts getting loud with me. He's a fighter, okay, a professional fighter. He starts getting loud with me. I ask him to sit down again. He says no. And so I sat him down. Yeah, I did hit the throttle and made him sit down, unfortunately.
You did that intending to make him sit down?
Yes, not to get hurt, but to sit down.
Just to sit him down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And these are your medical bills?
Yes, Your Honor. I was overnight in the hospital. I think I racked up something like almost like $16,000 in medical bills and therapy.
$16,000. All right. You know what I'm going to call this? Contributory negligence. He warned you. He said, sit down. You wouldn't sit down. Then he became negligent. $2,500 is your judgment. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your
Judgment for the
Honor.
plaintiff.
I mean, I'm glad we could put this behind us and stuff like that. We've been, you know, friends and family for all these years. I'm probably not going to go out and seafair with you guys anymore, but but you know, I'm glad we were able to put this behind us.
I'm glad we were able to put it behind us also.
Yeah.
Only laying down you did on that boat, wasn't on the front.